Oregon business leaders pushing back against any plan to deploy federal troops to Portland, saying it would undermine the city's recent gains in public safety and economic recovery. It is 6 o'clock. I'm Jeff Gianola.
I'm Elizabeth Din. And let's get into Joelle Jones now. She joins us live with how this could impact local businesses after speaking with members of the Portland Metro Chamber. What did you find out, Joelle?
Well, Liz, I'll get to that in just a moment, but I do just want to mention that we have seen quite a few more people out here at the ICE facility on the South Waterfront since the last hour. You can see that federal agents are there on the top of the roof looking down. We heard a loudspeaker asking people to make sure that they're staying on the sidewalks or they could be trespassed. Now, keeping federal troops out and stop perpetuating updated narratives about Portland. Those are the key messages of the open letter released by the Portland Metro Chamber and signed by more than 100 Oregon leaders across the state.
We don't need help with non-existent rioting.
Governor Tina Kotek, senators, local officials, and business leaders among the more than 100 signatures in an open letter urging the Trump administration not to send federal troops. They argue Portland is making progress on its own, with homicides down 51% this year and gun violence cut nearly 60% since 2022.
When you have the National Guard deployed under false pretenses, it's very difficult for Portland to rebound from a business perspective.
TMT Development CEO and Chamber Chair Emeritus Vanessa Sturgeon says businesses have suffered in other cities where Trump deployed the National Guard.
We saw in Washington, D.C. that there was a 30% decrease in restaurant sales, as well as substantial decline in hotel bookings.
Chamber leaders also drew parallels to 2020, saying federal agents sent to Portland only inflamed unrest. Sturgeon says those images don't reflect the reality today.
It's putting out a false narrative about what's happening on the ground in Portland. And I think we all acknowledge that we have our fair share of issues and things that actually need to be addressed. This just isn't one of them.
Someone should need to come down here and talk to the people first. And if that don't work, then yeah, you should bring in the National Guard.
But Paul Hudson, who lives next door to the ICE facility, says outside help may be needed.
It's hectic, man. They letting off bombs, smoke bombs, man. And smoke came in my house the other, like a couple weeks ago and almost died, bro.
Still, the chamber says Portland has seen $11 billion in private sector investment and the busiest summer downtown since before the pandemic, calling that proof that the city's recovery is working.
My sincere hope is that Portlanders are wise enough not to rise to the bait, because that's exactly what this administration wants.
Now, in response to this open letter, the White House stated in part President Trump is taking lawful action to protect federal law enforcement officers and address the out-of-control violence that local residents have complained about and Democratic leaders have failed to stop. Now, I do want to mention out here, like I said, things have been primarily pretty peaceful. We saw people blowing bubbles out here earlier today, and that was before the rain picked up, though we have seen a few more numbers in the most recent hour. Like I said, not a lot of friction or even groups clashing out here at the Southwest waterfront. So I'm going to send it back to you guys, but for now, live from Southwest, I'm Joelle Jones, KOIN 6 News.